Good morning. It is 6 a.m. and Lucy is still asleep. And we've been staying in this beautiful little cabin in Banlung. And I'm gonna go find a gym because I've been told that there is one just down the road. And you know how it gets after like 5 days of not doing any exercise. It's super easy to just not do it on the 6th day, and even easier to not do it on the 7th day. So finally get to ride the bike without loads of stuff all over it. It looks so different when it's empty, and it definitely rides different. It's so much more responsive and quicker. It accelerates so much quicker. But yeah, fill up my water bottle, head into town. I'll take you guys with me. Sweet, I've pushed my bike I've ridden my bike like 100 meters down the road, and I've already broken down my back wheel has slipped slightly forward and to the left. So what's happening is, I'll try and turn the camera around. What's happening is my chain is coming off my sprocket. Check, it's not actually sitting on it. As I turn the wheel, I've got to pull the clutch to do that, but as I turn the wheel, because the wheel has slipped slightly towards the chain at the front end, the angle of the sprocket's not right, and therefore the chain is slipping off the sprocket, which is very irritating. I'm gonna see if I can find a mechanics just here on the main road. I'm literally like 100 meters from the main road, not even, maybe 50 meters. I'm gonna push it up there, see if I can find a place that's gonna let me borrow their tools. I literally just need a size 17mm spanner. I can loosen the back wheel. I've got my Leatherman in my bag, so I can then loosen the chain tensioners on one side or tighten them on the other. And then I should be able to ride into town. Okay, so I was mistaken. My back wheel has moved and my chain is slipping off my sprocket, but it's okay, brother. It's buggered anyway, just leave it. Yeah, but it seems as though my whole hub on my back wheel has just exploded because there's literally bearings coming out the side. There's like all the rubber seals from around the edge of the hub look like they are pouring out onto the floor. So that is not a job that I can do myself. Not yet anyway. I tell you what, if you are not a mechanic and you come to Southeast Asia and you buy a Honda Win, even if you're here for 3 months, by the end of those 3 months, you will be a mechanic. There will be so many things that you know how to do. I had never done anything on a car or a motorbike before I came here, and I've changed a lot of things. I've opened up the engine, I've cleaned out the carburetor, I've taken and changed the airbox and changed tires and just done all bits and bobs. I've fitted a rack. It's just stuff that you never even thought you would have done. Yeah, but this guy over here at this little mechanic shop, he's in there somewhere. He's gonna do it for me. I don't know how much he's gonna charge me, but I'm gonna make sure that I pay the utmost attention so that I can do it again myself next time when this inevitably happens again. Fantastic. All right, cool guys, I'll let you know how it goes. So he's already got the sprocket the whole way out, and it looks like he's separating the driver from the sprocket. Oh, sorry, here's our piece that's ruined. It's all broken. I have no idea how that is. I assume it's from the Sihanoukville road, because every other road in the country has been not fantastic, but not like horrific. Everything's been relatively plain sailing. The road from Kampot to Sihanoukville is great for like most of it, and then for about 10 kilometers you are just bouncing through holes and potholes, and I have a feeling we've just destroyed the hub there. But that's kind of worrying because we've done another almost 1,000 kilometers since that road, and let's have a look at the driver. It's just snapped off clean here. There's a whole piece missing. Only 5 minutes has gone by, and this guy has put a new bearing in on both sides of my wheel, slapped my hub back together, put the driver back in. He's now tightening the wheel back up, and I should be on my way in about 2 minutes. It's crazy how good the mechanics are. Yes, the guys here, they can just strip anything that's like Honda or Suzuki, but specifically Honda, they can just strip it and rebuild it in 10 minutes. It doesn't usually cost a lot. I'll let you know in 5 minutes how much it costs. But it's just great. If you are coming out this way, always buy a Honda. And try not to get a scooter either. Try and get a motorbike. with gears and a clutch, because those are much easier to work on. There's no panels to pull off when they need to separate, when they need to open it up. They just take it apart, they've got the spare parts, slap it back together. It's the cheapest and most effective way to get around. And it cost me $2. And actually, I only had a $5 note, so he just took $1.75 instead of breaking the $5. So $1.75 to get the whole thing fixed. I'm quite happy with that. Look how fresh bearings in there. Chain is running straight. Look at that, chain is running straight. He's even oiled it up. Let's get on the road and see if we can find a gym before all of this coffee kicks in and I'm bouncing around on the road. Through asking lots of locals and playing bits of charades and sort of acting out what the gym is, I found it, and it looks really well equipped, especially for a small town in the northeast of Cambodia. It looks really well equipped in there, but unfortunately it is locked. I don't know if it's too early in the day. I don't know if they're just closed on a Wednesday. I don't know why they would be just closed on a Wednesday, but it's pissing with rain now, and I didn't bring my rain jacket, so don't know what I'm gonna do because it is raining. I didn't bring a rain jacket. I have my bag with my wallet and my passport and everything on my shoulder, so if they don't open the gym, I'm just gonna have to stand here under a tree until it stops raining. But it's super early. Maybe it's just too early in the morning, we'll see. I really want them to open. Just been told by some locals that the gym doesn't open till 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and it is super early, and I've had a big cup of coffee and I'm gonna be bouncing off the walls, and Lucy's still asleep and she probably will be for the next 2 hours. So I don't know, maybe I'll just drive around town and show you guys some stuff. But I just want to get in there. It looks so well equipped. Would be great. Okay. Well, I don't know what's going to happen now, but we'll just go for a cruise and see. Maybe we find another one. Managed to find the gym, very happy. It was a little bit further out of the way. This one actually seems to be way better equipped, although there's no aircon and it is hot as hell. So there's not even a fan. Yeah, it's going to get really warm in here. The other one did look like it had aircon and fans and stuff, but this is perfect. It's Bike One, which is 75 cents for a workout, which is fine. That worked out more expensive than my gym back home, if you add it up and you go every day. But I'm gonna get started. I'm gonna do a little workout because it's been far too long. I'll catch you guys after that. So the best part about these gyms is you don't need to wear a shirt and you don't need to wear shoes. It's not like back in London where you've got to be properly dressed. Can't be walking around shirtless with no shoes on. My feet are literally covered in mud as well, which is peak. It's so crazy how quickly your fitness level disappears. I only did 6 exercises, 4 chest, 2 triceps. Took about an hour and a half, and I'm finished. I'm so exhausted. Back home I can go for 2.5 hours, 3 hours sometimes. But just the lack of training and the lack of a massive surplus of calories, I just don't have the energy for it. But yeah, finished in there. Awesome gym, would highly recommend it. I have no idea what it's called. I think it's called Ratanakiri gym. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm gonna go home now. I'm assuming Lucy's awake because it's like 10:30 or 10 o'clock even. I'm assuming Lucy's awake by now, so I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna find her, and we're gonna go and see what there is to see. Apparently there's loads of waterfalls and lakes and beautiful bits of forest and stuff to see around here. So we're just gonna go check it out. Jump back on a bike, head home. So just on the way home from the gym, and my rack, which was welded to my frame in places and bolted to it in others, has sort of snapped a little bit. And it's making this horrific rattling noise as you drive down the road, and the roads aren't smooth, so it's just rattle, rattle, rattle. And also once I've loaded up with all of our stuff and we move on to the next place, it's probably not going to hold. So I've stopped back at that mechanic, which is just at the end of the road from where I'm staying in the village. And it's the same guy that fixed my bearings this morning. Now he fixed the bearings for $2, like brand new bearings plus labor for $2. And now he's welding my frame and my rack back together for 50 cents. Imagine going into a mechanic in the UK and going, hey, I need you to weld my car back together, my motorbike back together. And he goes, yeah, mate, that'll be 50p. bang it on the jack. But yeah, so it's 50 cents to get it welded. So I've bought him a cup of coffee as well because it won't take any more money than that, and I feel really bad because he's had to whack his whole welder out. Just a little stick welder and get the whole thing back together. But yeah, give him a coffee, pick up the bike, and then go back to the place, and hopefully Lucy's still asleep, because if she wakes up and I haven't brought home coffee, there might be trouble. Just got back to the place and I was wondering if Lucy's awake, and I was going to try and wake her up with coffee, and she is awake, and this is what she's doing.
He was asleep on me, but I decided that I should do some things, and I'll put him in the hammock.
So now the little puppy's just taking a nap in the hammock, and he looks really comfy. I was gonna have a little rest, just for half an hour or so, but my bed has been stolen. So he's just chilling. So we're just going to head out and see what we can see. Apparently there's like a big meteor crater, and there's loads of waterfalls and a big giant Buddha and a whole bunch of other stuff. See what it all looks like. Just before we do leave, this place that we're staying at now, I think it's called like Family Homestay Jungle and Trek, or Jungle Trekking Family Homestay. I don't know. I will find out, and I will make sure that I say it properly in the video at some point. It's really cool. It's basically this guy who was a tour guide before COVID for all the different resorts, and now he's opened his own thing. He's built all his own like bungalows. He's got like 3 at the moment, but he's building more. And just in front of me now, behind the camera, he's building a mushroom farm, like a massive mushroom farm. And he's built it all by hand out of old barrels, and he's got a building behind where I believe that they're going to grow the mushrooms, and then he's got like a tower, or I'll just show you, I'll turn it around. And so he's got this, and on the right hand side there with those big red barrels, in there will be water in the barrels, and then underneath in the bricks are going to have a massive fire. So that's a chimney for the fire, and it's going to sterilize the water. It's going to boil it and sterilize it, and once it boils, it's going to come up through these pipes from the red barrels up into the pipes down here, and it's going to turn back into water because it's away from the fire, and come down here into these big cylinders, which are super hot. And here's the owner now. He's really cool, dude, and he's doing the whole thing by hand. Like he's cementing the whole thing in. How's it going, man? You good? But I just think it's absolutely crazy, the workmanship that goes into this. And then all of these pipes here, it's going to help share the heat and the water from this cylinder to this cylinder. I'm going to sterilize the water, and I'm going to use that water, and I believe this big room over here, to make it dark and to grow all of the mushrooms. They're going to be growing oyster mushrooms just for selling, providing for the local market, the local community. The property, it just disappears into the jungle. There's literally a 3-foot wall, and then it just disappears into the jungle. Oh my God, I didn't even realize this. This is fantastic. So maybe one morning he's building bungalows here and like bungalows here. Maybe he's going to build some dorms, hopefully some camping spots, because hammocks are where it's at when you're traveling around this part of the world. And yeah, it just disappears. I actually think that is a little bit of plantation. Those look like rubber trees. I might be wrong, but that's what the guy was telling us before. The police officer we were staying with in Kratie was telling us that a lot of the natural jungle here has been cut down and has been replaced with cashew plantations and rubber plantations. So I'm going to ask the owner in a minute if that's what that is. But it is still beautiful. It's just a bit sad if it is that. Are you inside now? He's inside the cylinder. No. Fucking awesome, bro. Brother, I must ask, behind here is rubber plantation.
Behind of the room here is durian and avocado tree.
Oh, durian and avocado.
After that is a rubber plantation.
Okay. Thanks, bro. So yeah, behind, like that wall where I was now, behind now is durians and avocados that they're growing there. And come here, little puppy. This little puppy's just got a piece of plastic, so I'm gonna try and steal it off him. No, you don't get that. Look at this little guy. That is so cute. But yeah, so just behind the wall is durians and avocado plantation, and then further back is the rubber plantation. Maybe we'll see a little bit of that when we go out later on. It's a bit sad how much of the area has been turned into plantation. When we were driving in, you could see big, beautiful bits of like ancient looking jungle. But it was only little bits. It was like it had all been cut back to grow cashews, to grow rubber, apparently durians and avocados as well. We're gonna hit the road just now though. Just arrived at the waterfall. Absolutely no idea what the name of it is because I just drove straight past the sign. I'll catch that on the way out. I just checked this spot out, man. Like they've built this little bridge going halfway out into the middle of the river. And then, I mean, this isn't the waterfall, but that is just very pretty up there. The waterfall's down there. This first little top bit's a weir just for saving the water when it's the dry season. And then the waterfall is further down there. Let's have a look. It's gonna be, I think it's gonna be mad. They've got all of these traditional houses like along the edge. It's sort of like a little tourist spot. Come and learn a little bit about the culture. And it's like the tribal Khmer, like back in the day. So everything is built on stilts because this whole country just goes underwater, as you've seen in previous videos. But look at that, like how much flooding do you really have to have for that to be necessary? Or maybe, I don't know, some other animals, but imagine an elephant just knocks this thing out of the sky. Because they do that, eh? They destroy entire houses, sometimes villages, but they're beautifully done, eh? This is sick. These stairs are so far apart. That is how you end up on your ass. Let's go down here and check out this suspension bridge. This suspension bridge looks so mad. And it's moving so much. But the waterfall, I reckon, from this bridge is going to be insane. This bridge is crazy, dude. There's Lucy down there in the river. Oh. Hey guys. Nice. Hello. Look at this bugger. Look at all of these dragonflies. I don't know if you can see them. There's thousands of dragonflies. Whoa. Thousands of dragonflies flying around above me. This is crazy down here. I'm standing about 30 meters away, but I'm still getting really wet. Probably won't spend too much time down here, otherwise my phone's going to get soaked. Everything else. And there's Lucy. This is crazy. I wonder how it would feel to stand underneath that thing. You just get washed away. It's almost like the shower back at our place. So we've just stopped to get some lunch before we continue, and it's just the rain's just come out of nowhere. Look at the road. This truck is trying to get up the road, and it's just not having it. It's just spinning. And that's what driving is like in Cambodia when it rains. Imagine that on a motorbike with no stability. That guy is going nowhere. So yeah, that's basically the extent of our day so far. A little bit of waterfalls, a little bit of bike breaking down, found a gym, and now this guy is not getting up the hill. But we're just gonna sit here until the rain stops. Oh, he's rolling all the way back down the hill. He's just sliding backwards. His back wheels they were locked up. There's no way. So we're just going to sit here till the rain stops, and hopefully that happens soon because we want to go, there's a reggae bar around the corner, we want to go there to maybe chill and have some food and stuff. But yeah, the rain's going to stop soon, I have faith. And this is when like naturally some thunder would just come. But I can't actually hear any. There was big thunder just now. But I think that guy's still sliding down the hill. Okay, yeah, we're gonna go to this reggae bar if the rain stops. It's getting light, I think we can drive. So the rain has just sort of stopped, but it's just about to get dark. Everything's super wet, so we're just gonna chill in our hammocks on the veranda. Lucy once again has their little puppy, and yeah, we're just gonna chill for a little bit, have a couple beers, make some food on the veranda.
Play with the puppy.
Play with the puppy. I'm gonna do a little bit of work on the bike, but that'll probably be in tomorrow's video. And yeah, apart from that, catch you later.